Welcome, football lovers! What an epic showdown awaits us tonight. Bayern versus PSG. A mouth-watering clash of titans for which you must leave a prediction in the comments below. Also, don't forget to give us a like before watching. And while you're typing, we better proceed to start. Let's get the show on the pitch. Chelsea signings? Some owners are just spending money because they have money to spend, and they don't even know if the players are gonna suit the squad. Former Chelsea defender William Gallas was quoted as saying by Sportskida. Eden Hazard's future could be decided in the coming weeks. There is a high probability of the Belgian leaving Real Madrid for another club, Fabrizio Romano writes. Arsenal are reportedly in front of the queue to sign Napoli forward Victor Osimhen in the summer. Juventus have already signed forward Moiskin from Everton on a permanent transfer for 28 million euros, but there has been no official announcement yet, Goal Italia reports. Manchester United are confident of landing Harry Kane this summer if Tottenham Hotspur fail to qualify for next season's Champions League campaign. Pedro scored for Lazio in the Conference League round of 16 against AZ. Thus, the Spaniard has become the first player to score in the knockout stage of all three major UEFA tournaments. Watford have officially sacked Slaven Bilic. The team is currently languishing in 9th place in the championship. The Spanish Justice Department prepares to submit a formal complaint against Barcelona related to its payments to referees. El País informs. Knowing Florentino Perez and his character, maybe Mbappe doesn't end up at Real. Perez really didn't like what happened when Kylian extended his deal with PSG instead of joining Real Madrid, stated former Real striker Jose Rodriguez. Of course, we have and will continue to sign new players, but as before, continue to do it in a responsible manner. We have a club development plan. We have and will invest wisely in the transfer market. Liverpool Echo quoted the Reds' principal owner John Henry as saying, Jude Bellingham could still stay at Borussia Dortmund for another season. Chances are 50-50. Bild notes. PSG are reportedly not expected to face any sanction from UEFA's financial fair play rules after the 2022-23 season due to a settlement agreement. My heart tells me that my son is innocent and has a good education. He doesn't deserve what happened to him. I asked him about the case, and he swore to me that he was innocent, Ashraf Hakimi's mother, Sida Mah, told. Serge Gnabry is one of the biggest disappointments at FC Bayern for me, along with Leroy Sané. I would cut them both from the squad, completely, former Bayern midfielder Mario Basler said. At 21 years and 260 days, Gonzalo Ramos has become the youngest Benfica player to both score and assist in a single Champions League game in the 21st century. Since his Champions League debut in September 2014, Raheem Sterling has been involved in more Champions League goals than any other Englishman, having 27 goals and 17 assists. The club's offer to renew my contract made me happy. It's a sign of absolute confidence, but before the renewal, we are committed to winning titles, Xavi informed. AC Milan striker Ante Rebic could return to Eintracht Frankfurt, though the Rossoneri will demand at least 15 million euros for the Croatian services, according to Tutto Mercato. Tottenham Hotspur are among the contenders for Ajax defender Jurrien Timber, 90 Min notes. Atletico Madrid have inquired about the situation and availability of Borussia Dortmund midfielder Mahmoud Daoud. PSG are lucky to have Kylian Mbappe back for the Bayern clash. It'll be a tough and important game, but we are confident in our abilities, Marco Verratti assured. Graham Potter has become just the second English manager to win 5 UEFA Champions League games in a single season, after Bobby Robson with Newcastle in the 02-03 season. Bayern Munich are set to discuss a contract extension for Alphonso Davies as soon as possible. The current one is valid until 2025. Moises Caicedo is likely to leave Brighton and Hove Albion this summer, despite penning a new agreement until 2027. Manchester United, Liverpool and Chelsea still plan a move for him. Vinicius' provocative behavior on the football pitch could threaten his Real Madrid future, Marca reports. Nice are interested in recruiting Arsenal midfielder Reiss Nelson, with whom the Gunners are negotiating a new contract, CBS Sports understands. Inter Milan goalkeeper Andre Onana is in Aston Villa's list to replace Emiliano Martinez if he decides to leave for promotion. Benfica midfielder João Mario scored in his 5th consecutive Champions League game, equaling the record of the legendary Eusebio. The head coach of French side Angers, Abdel Boazema, has left his position amid accusations of sexism. Back in 2017, PSG blocked Neymar's surgery on his right ankle, which would have reduced the Brazilian's injuries. Now let's have a closer look at the results of yesterday's matchday. Moving on to the main news of the release. The first pair of the Champions League round of 16 second legs took place, and it looks like Graham Potter has at least delayed his sacking from Chelsea. Goals from Raheem Sterling and Kai Havertz helped the Blues to beat Borussia Dortmund 2-1 in London and progressed to the quarterfinals with 2-1 on aggregate. In another match, Benfica crushed Brugge 5-1. A brace from Gonçalo Ramos and accurate shots of Rafa Silva, João Mario, and David Neres each made the difference clear. A monumental 7-1 aggregate win. The Eagles are continuing their run. We also would like to mention what happened in the Conference League. In the round of 16 first leg, Lazio suffered a shocking 2-1 loss to AZ Alkmaar. PSG remain optimistic about the extension of Lionel Messi's contract. A new round of talks will take place after the Champions League battle against Bayern Munich. As for now, the Parisians have an option to extend the current agreement for 1 more year, though Messi wishes to negotiate completely new terms. PSG are hoping to conclude a renewal with the Argentine that will keep La Pulga at the Parc des Princes until 2025. The father of Borussia Dortmund midfielder Jude Bellingham met with Real Madrid chief director Huni Calafat in order to discuss a possible transfer. The conversation took place at the Chelsea Harbour Hotel in London. According to Tutto Mercato, Calafat presented the Merengues' future sporting project and explained Bellingham's prospects with the team. We should remind you that Real Madrid are actively keeping tabs on Bellingham in hopes of landing a deal, which may cost Los Blancos more than 100 million euros. Chelsea could be set to offload the squad in the summer, planning to sell at least 10 footballers. First of all, the Blues will get rid of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who has been sidelined from the Champions League bid by head coach Graham Potter. Mason Mount, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Hakim Ziyech, Kai Havertz, Edouard Mendy, Trevoh Chalobah, Mateo Kovacic, Christian Pulisic, and Conor Gallagher are also expected to be shown the exit door. Besides, Chelsea have no intention to buy Denis Zakaria and will return him to Juventus. The future of Romelu Lukaku, who's on loan at Inter Milan, remains in limbo. Barcelona president Joan Laporta has once again refused to give a straight answer on Lionel Messi's potential return to Camp Nou. I would make the same decision regarding Leo Messi again. The club is above anything else, and it was complicated, but I had to decide due to FFP. I met Jorge Messi, we talked about the World Cup and a tribute match for Leo. I'm happy for him. I'm not gonna talk about his future, matter of respect. I saw Leo in Paris and also congratulated him. He's at PSG right now, so I don't want to talk about whether or not he could return. This summer, the Bayern Munich board will sit down at the negotiating table with winger Leroy Sané mainly to discuss his prospects with the club. The German's contract lasts until 2025 and the player is happy with the life in Munich. But if the parties cannot agree on a new deal, Bayern will consider approaches for Sané in order to cash in on his sale rather than letting him out as a free agent in 2 years' time, Bild explains. The German champions are also doubting Serge Gnabry. Since he earns 19 million euros per year, the Bavarians expect to perform to do his job better. If Gnabry doesn't improve his form in the near future, he could be sold to another team for the appropriate amount of money. Manchester United are eyeing Juventus forward Dusan Vlahovic in the hope of making him a formal offer during the summer transfer window. The Red Devils are already seeking a new centre forward for next season, and the Serbian is the one who totally meets Erik ten Hag's expectations. Juventus are reluctant to sell Vlahovic, but if the White and Blacks fail to secure a place in next year's Champions League, they will be forced to balance their financial situation and listen to potential buyers. Folks, as usual, we highly recommend you to check out new videos from our other projects. Have a good time watching, and see you in a bit.